Hi friends and welcome back to my channel. So for today's recipe, I am going to be making a chocolate banana bread with chocolate chips. Um, I can't believe I've never tried making a chocolate banana bread before. Um, this was, it was so good. I mean, like so good. Like I am going to make this recipe again. Um, I will have the recipe and the instructions on my description box so you can go ahead and check that out. But again, you gotta try this. It was delicious and my whole family absolutely loved it. So my recipe calls for 4 ripe bananas, but these bananas were a little bit on the smaller side. So I added 5 ripe bananas, and then I went ahead and I added a whole stick of butter. And to that, I am going to add 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, and I'm also gonna add 2 large eggs. Um, you're also gonna add 2 tablespoons of milk, and then you're just gonna get that mixed in very well. And once that is mixed in very well, I will go ahead and add the sugar and the rest of the dry ingredients. I did add a quarter of a cup of instant coffee. Now I'm adding 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. So what I'm using is a quarter cup measure. So I'm just gonna add 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, get that very well mixed and incorporated. And then once that is done, I'm gonna get started on the dry ingredients. So for the dry ingredients, what I'm using is, I did go ahead and put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt into my mixture first. But what I'm gonna do with the dry ingredients is that I'm using 1 cup and 3/4 of a cup of flour. To that, I am going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And I'm also adding 1/3 of a cup of cocoa powder. I'm gonna mix that well, and once that is mixed, I'm going to add that to my wet ingredients.
My heart is open. It just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while. You fix what's broken when you make that smile. So just stay for a little.
Now I'm going to add about a cup of chocolate chips, 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. I'm gonna fold that in. I just don't want to keep mixing that batter or over mixing the batter. So I'm just gonna get that folded in, and then I am going to go ahead and I'm going to butter my loaf pan. And I also put parchment paper in there. So what I take is just take a strip of parchment paper, fold that, and just put that right into the pan. That way the banana bread does not stick, and it just comes out easier, and it's easier for me to like move around and handle when it's sitting on that parchment paper. Now you want to have your oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and the banana bread takes about an hour, so 60 minutes to bake. But I give mine an additional 10 minutes only because when I stuck a skewer in it, it did come out a little bit wet, so it still needed an additional 10 minutes. So I gave it a total of 70 minutes in the oven at 350. I took it out, still hot, and I just set it on the top of the stove. But I gave it, what was it, an hour, and then I gave it an additional 10 minutes, just so that it could cook. So it is a chocolate banana bread loaf with chocolate chips. It's still hot, so I want to like let it cool before I take it out. Yeah, but it smells delicious. Oh my god, like I don't know why I never did a chocolate loaf before, but it smells so good, and I just can't wait to cut into this and just try it because it smells delicious. All right, I took it out. I'm setting it here. Hopefully it'll cool faster and then we're able to cut into it. But look at that, that looks delicious. I can't wait. So my daughter was getting a little bit antsy for the chocolate banana bread. I did go ahead and cut a slice. I gave some to Haley, and then Natalie was waiting for her piece. I did go ahead and cut that. It was nice and beautiful, and like the top was like that nice and almost crispy top, and then the inside was just nice and fluffy, and I want to say moist, but it was nice and fluffy inside, and it was delicious. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.